Hi everyone, so here we are in our second, or actually I guess our third episode of the 5 fundamentals of foosball. I see by the number of hits that you guys really have no interest in seeing my face. You really want to mostly watch the table time kind of stuff, so I'll change my format to doing that kind of bit. I don't blame you at all. So basically here we are for step number 2 in the 5 fundamentals. So first step is get control, second is setup, third is read, fourth is decide, and the final fundamental is to execute. So setup. So what does that effectively mean? Setup means you have to have a series of options that you're going to be doing from a particular spot. And that's where you want to set up the ball to. So if it's on the 3 rod, you catch it. For me, I set up in a rollover position or a snake. So from here, just to give you a very basic, simple, my rollover might look a little bit different than most, but I'll explain that more in a bit. Basically, so I set up right here in the middle, and I showed this very, very rhythmic kind of rocking motion. And from here, from this exact motion, I can go either way. So I can do 3 number of things. I can either hit the ball right out here on this corner, right down the middle, or right out here on this corner, and plus I have some cuts too. But basically, we'll break it down to 3 positions. That's the core series. So push, middle, or pull. So I'll show you what these shots look like. So for a push, show that very, very repetitive motion. So my takeoff is hidden in that repetitive motion. So just me. So from same repetitive motion, and now I'm going to go pull. And hopefully you can't tell when. Same repetitive motion. And now I'm going to go middle. Same repetitive motion, and those that are more advanced out there will be able to notice I've done it off a different side of the rock. So I'm going to go middle again, but same repetitive motion, middle. So that's a very simple concept there. So you set up in the same spot and you do different options off that spot. Same concept applies to the 5 bar. I'm going to just show a brush series just here today. I don't normally do a brush series myself, but just to show it. So if you get the ball on the 5 bar, you set up. So what I would recommend people do, set up closer to the near wall, closer to this near wall. And what you're going to effectively do is brush on the ball or pass the ball with this man and catch it with this man. There are other options, but the basic core series is you're brushing the ball with this man, you're passing with this man to this man, who's either going to be on the wall to catch it, or he's going to be in the lane to catch it up through here. So we call this the lane, and down here is the wall. The whole concept is this guy's got to do all the blocking. You don't need to worry about any of these other guys. This is the guy you're watching right here, and wherever he is, you don't pass there. If you're thinking that he's going to stay still. If you're thinking he's moving, well then you pass at him hoping he's going to move. But basically I'll just talk about it simply now so that you just need to focus on this guy is, and wherever this guy is dictates where you want to pass. So if he's down here, you're going to pass up here, the furthest point away from this man, where this man does not come into play. Or if he's up there blocking that one, then you want to pass down here. So it's very simple. You can just break it down. Wherever this guy is not is where you want to pass. And you always want to start everything looking the same. You don't want to give away any tells or any hints as to where you might be passing. So again, I set it up, kind of look it over, and hopefully, everything looks the same before I actually do the pass. It's not the nicest brush series in the world, but I'm just going to use it as a description. Now, if that pass is blocked, you need to have an option off of that. So here we had, on the 3 bar, we had 3 options, push, middle, and pull. On the 5 bar, you definitely usually have a lane option and you have a wall option. So if the lane is blocked, you want to have an option that if the lane is blocked, you can go wall, with everything looking the same. Now I'll go into a little bit about the mechanics of that. Basically what you do, if the ball hopefully starts from here, you toss it over. That's just the rules. You can't pass from a stop ball. Now the ball's right within this middle point here, and then from this point, when that ball's moving, I can either kind of pass up through the lane, that ball's a little bit far back. You can pass up through the lane, up there, or from that same point, the same motion, pass down through the wall. The same motion right before I make contact, that is. So that's the whole concept of a 5-bar series, and that's a brush series. There's also a thing called the stick series, which is actually the one I use. Same motion, I'm using a very repetitive cycling to read the defense. Now for this example, now that lane is open. So again, same thing, it's very back and forth, kind of hiding my takeoff. So that's the lane option for a stick. Now if my stick is blocked, same look. Now that was a wall. Same thing, back and forth, everything hopefully looks the same. I'm not giving away any tells, which one I'm doing. Now you notice that wall pass was not very fast, and it's not fast on purpose. Your options, at least for the 5-bar, do not have to be fast. They just have to be well hidden, especially if you have repetition. A very consistent back and forth, so that anytime they come off that wall, all I have to do is kind of anticipate it, and I can just have that same speed to the wall as my passing is. Just like very same speed. Not that fast, that was a bad one. You can even get a little bit tricky with it if you want to really repeat the cycle. This is something I've been working on. Add a little extra there. You can kind of replay that if you want to take a look at it. I'll do it once again. We'll see if you can see the difference. Which is a little bit different than this one. Basically, so there's two options. Very simple. There's a bunch of other things you could throw in there, fakes and hitches and stuff like that. But basically for the setup, what you're going to do there, same thing here. You have a set of options from here. Let's talk about the push series. So as you can say, it's always good to practice with your men down, so you know you can get used to visualizing where the shots are, where the holes are. So now it's just a matter of hitting what different options you can do. At least from doubles, whatever, I pretty much ignore these guys in and the back. They don't matter to me from doubles. Whether or not what option I might pick a different angle on the shot based on what they're showing, but basically my goal is to get it past the 5-bar. So from here you can either hit a short, you either go a short, that was kind of a short to the middle, it's kind of a short to the short hole, and you go a little bit longer out there. I really haven't warmed up my wrist, so I might not be able to execute this shot, but got the basic gist. It's a bit longer shot. Even from the same spot, you can also do push kicks. So again, a push kick can happen anywhere where this man can reach. So a push kick could be short, you could hit it there, could hit it middle, could hit it long. You can hit it short, spray it, you can hit it middle, kind of cut back kind of stuff based on what action you put on the ball. And same concept here. So over the options that could range from this guy could hit the ball anywhere from here to here. Let's not be silly, you might as well just get used to hitting him in here. So anywhere the ball is in here, and then, at least the approach I take, is then you can hit the ball anywhere in here and then put any amount of angle on it. So you can hit it straight by cutting it back, by recoiling, or you can let it spray by just letting the continuing of the shot go through. So then you can release it at any point and then put whatever angle you want on it. And the same kind of concept, a little bit more difficult, goes for a push kick throughout all these spots out here. That's from a push series. In a pull series, the opposite's pretty much true. Some people like to do the pull series from here. Personally, I like it here. Same concepts apply. You can hit it anywhere here, here, here. Pulls are actually easier to go long, so you can go out here as well. And then pull kicks start to come into play in here. You can have some pull kicks in here, but normally people just do pulls throughout there. And then pull kicks. Like for example, one of my favorite pull kicks. Slovakia will not like me for doing this one because we beat them pretty much with this pull kick. Kind of thing. So again, start from a spot and have different options off that spot. So you can have like a short that I just tried there. You can have like a middle different one that